Bad lighting here, and welcome back to the Samurai Radio Sports Network. And today we're going to be talking about Nik Needham. But before we get into that, I would, of course, want to mention yesterday, don't worry, I didn't fall off the face of the earth. I just, wanted to have a day of celebration. I was very excited, Monday that I joined 5 Reasons Sports. If you guys haven't already seen that, it was on one of my videos titled, but I joined 5 Reasons Sports as a contributor, still with PFN. Nothing has changed there. Nothing has changed in anything that I'm doing right now. But, I was just really excited. And yesterday I wanted to play with some friends. Of course, some of them flaked. They know who they are, who flaked. But we were playing some video games and stuff like that. And for example, I'm going to start streaming some more as well as I was before then. So whenever I'm playing with friends, instead of just recording, if it's something that I feel like I don't want to have to record and edit, I can just, stream. So I was just playing with them, played Valorant, played some Fall Guys, stuff like that, and just kind of vibe with my friends and chilled out. And it was a nice night. So I didn't want to worry about that. Today's video is going out late because today is family day for me. So, just a little bit later, but it's okay. Tomorrow, Thursday, you guys will get the first episode of the Madden 21 Dolphins franchise, which I edited last night as well. Funny enough. And yeah, it'll be good. It'll be great. I'm going to try to make it as entertaining as I possibly can. I decided that with how bad Madden 21 is this year, I'm just going to go all out. I don't care. Unrealistic trades, whatever I want to do. So you guys will see it, but it's fun. I've been enjoying it so far. Nik Needham. So it's really odd to me that Nik Needham didn't really play. I think he played 2 snaps, and both of them were on the special team side of the football. He didn't play anything on defense, and it was insane to me to think because, we heard a lot of great things about Noah Igbenogany, but Nik Needham was always, he's playing very well. He had a good camp last year. He played really well throughout the season. You saw the progression. You saw where he could get. I mean, this dude's an undrafted free agent out of UTEP, a guy who was getting torched in the preseason. He got torched the first few games, and Brian Flores stuck with him, and he became a very formidable corner. Not great, not this outstanding worldly player, but he became a guy that, wow, okay, this looks like someone that we could build around. This looks like someone that's going to be there, who's going to be opposite of X. Then, of course, you sign Byron Jones to his huge deal, and then you draft Noah Igbenogany with the 30th pick in the draft, and Nik Needham kind of fell down the order, and it's not because he wasn't playing well enough or wasn't doing good in training camp or he had a bad season. It's really just because Byron Jones and X are going to be your starting quarters, barring any injury, right? We know that. It's going to happen. There's nothing that's going to happen that has Nik Needham starting over Byron Jones or X. It's just not possible. But when it comes to Noah Igbenogany, he was a guy who had a great camp, and because of that, they're like, okay, well, he's going to get the bulk of the playing time, and being a first-round pick, you expect that. And it leaves you in the position, well, okay, you don't give Nik Needham a lot of snaps. 2, only on special teams. The Patriots weren't throwing the ball, and when they weren't really testing X, Byron, or Noah Igbenogany. They were doing that Patriots way, going up the middle, not really doing much other than, the Patriots way. So it's hard to really sit there and think, well, why didn't, we get to see Nik Needham? And it's probably because they saw enough from Igbenogany, from X, and X was injured and still played 42 snaps, I think, or 42% of the snaps. I can't remember what it was. And he still saw a lot of playing time, and he was coming off an injury that was deemed severe, more severe than we thought it was when the thing happened last December, I believe is when he got the surgery or when he officially went on IR. I can't remember exactly, but you have all this happen, and you think about for what, right? Like, why is this situation happening? And it is overreaction week one. It is overreaction week one, right? Nik Needham will most likely get some snaps, but I think it's something to watch because he's a guy that I'm sure some teams that might be corner hungry. They might have less depth at the cornerback position. A team like the Giants that we thought before, but their corners played okay against the Steelers. They weren't great, but they were decent. Maybe they would want to come in for Nik Needham. And so you got to think a little bit. Maybe a team that you are going to trade for a wide receiver, maybe like an Allen Robinson, would want some more corner help. You get me? Like, it's interesting to think about, but there are some teams that definitely need some corners. And if this is the situation, right? If they think, okay, Nik Needham's not going to see the field, and we want to get the most that we can out of him or for him, then we're going to have to go and look for a trade. I don't think that's going to happen. I think we're going to eventually see Nik Needham play. And, of course, I want him to play. I mean, last season, I was one that was typing on my phone while sitting in the stadium at the preseason. I can't remember which preseason game it was. It might have been our first home game in the preseason, like week 2, I think, of the preseason. And I was sitting there like, okay, cut him. Don't let him put a uniform on again. Number 40, number 40, number 40. I didn't even know his name. It was just torched after torch after torch. And I think even week 1, he was getting torched. Week 2, he was getting torched. And then he just became a really formidable guy. He became a big part of that defense and a mainstay at that boundary corner position. And it was really where we were talking a lot of the times last year about, okay, well, it's Nik Needham and Ryan Lewis. It's Nik Needham and shit, dude. I can't. Cordray Tankersley, who wasn't playing. You get me? Like, who also just signed with the Dolphins practice squad, by the way, funny enough, was cut, waived, whatever it was. Now he's on the Dolphins practice squad, Cordray Tankersley. Could be a good uprising story. Played well in his first year out of Clemson, coming to the Dolphins, being in the draft, 3rd round pick, I believe, and then just kind of injuries made him fall off. That was another guy that we looked at and we were like, okay, this is going to be the guy next to X. And then Nik Needham, that's what we thought last year. This is going to be the guy next to X. And as we're seeing, the Dolphins went out and were like, no, Byron Jones is going to be next to X, or someone else is going to be next to Byron Jones, and that being Noah Igbenogany. So it's interesting. I think that we'll see Nik Needham play. I think we need to get more. If he plays a lot less week 2 against the Bills, then I think it becomes an issue where we have to say, okay, what's happening with Nik Needham? Why isn't he playing? And then, of course, the bigger issue and the bigger problem will be if they lose against the Bills and in a fashion which is deemed really bad, do we see Tua play that Thursday night game against the Jaguars? As CK Parrott mentioned earlier on today, Brian Flores was very quick to start Josh Rosen after the week 2 loss to the Cowboys. He put in Josh Rosen. After the week 2 loss to the Patriots, he put in Josh Rosen in the week 3 game against the Cowboys, which they lost, and then week 4 against the Chargers, which they also lost. But both games they were in it, but you get what I mean. And then week 5 against the Redskins, I believe, or the Washington football team, which they lost after trying to go for a 2-point conversion to win. But you got to do that in those situations. Last year it was what? It was Baltimore, New England, Cowboys, then the Chargers, then the Washington football team. And after that, honestly, it's a bunch of blur. Cannot lie to you, but I remember those 5 very formidably. So that's where we are. And we'll have to just kind of wait and see. And, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I got nothing else to say. Dolphins video out tomorrow, the Madden 21 franchise. That'll be the video out for tomorrow. Friday, we'll have a week 1 preview. Saturday, there will be nothing. Sunday, we'll have a post-game if I'm not helping on the 5 reasons post-game, which I think I might. So then you'll find me there. There you go. So I hope you guys very much enjoy this video. I will see you guys next time. I didn't do it last time, but as always, peace. Always, man.